Many of you might remember the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose, based on a true story of a girl that went off to college and began experiencing demonic infestations and later believed that she was possessed by the devil and died as a result of starvation. The priests involved in the exorcism were jailed and later released. Emily Rose's real name was Annaliese Michel, who was a devout Catholic in Bavaria, west of Germany. When she was 16, Annaliese had an episode in school where she blacked out and began walking around dazed. When it was over, Annaliese had no memory of the incident, but her friends were describing the event as a state-like trance to her. A year later, she woke up and had another episode where she was in a daze again, but this time she wet her bed and convulsed uncontrollably. She was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy, a disorder that causes seizures, memory loss, visual and auditory hallucinations. She began her medication and enrolled in college in 1973. However, the medication stopped working and Annaliese's condition worsened. She was still on the medication when her own self-diagnosis was she believes that a demon had possessed her. Her conclusion of demonic possession was because as she would pray, she would hear demons whisper in her ear she was damned and she was going to rot in hell. She began to see the face of the devil everywhere. When she tried to seek help by priests, she was rejected by them, and their advice was to her she needed to seek medical attention, and their other excuse was that they needed approval by a bishop to even begin to look further into her case. By this point, her delusions had become so extreme, she would perform 400 squats a day. She barked like a dog for 2 days under a table. She would eat insects and lick her own urine off the floor. Finally, her and her mother found a priest that took the case seriously, and in later court documents, the priest stated that she did not look like an epileptic. The priest's name was old and petitioned the local bishop and was approved for the exorcism. The priest honored to carry out the exorcism was Arnold Rez, but it was requested that the event be held in secret. For 10 months, 2 priests will perform 67 exorcisms, lasting up to 4 hours. One of the revelations of her exorcism was Annalise revealed 6 demons that possessed her, which were Lucifer, Cain, Judas, Legion, Nero, and Belial. She broke the bones and ripped tendons in her knees from continually kneeling for prayer. Over the 10 months of exorcism, she was mostly restrained from harming herself. She would rip out her hair and smash her face on walls, breaking her teeth. She scratched the walls with her nails, causing them to bleed. She slowly stopped eating because she claimed the demons would deny her health, and eventually died of malnutrition and dehydration. The priests and her parents were charged with her death. When in court and presenting evidence of her exorcism with tape recordings and verbal testimonies, her parents were exempt from prosecution, but the priests were charged with manslaughter and sentenced to 6 months in jail. Annaliese's grave still stands and people visit her tomb, leaving notes of prayer, and some people report being forever changed when standing at the site. Was she really possessed? Maybe modern medicine isn't equipped to deal with demonic possession. Perhaps this phenomenon is beyond human comprehension, and destiny and faith are the only two, however unscientific, the way through.
Sind wir schon 3? Im Namen deines seligen Jungfrau, im Namen Jesu, befehle ich dir auszufahren